You can spot a crappy detached home under 60 seconds. The worst part is first-time detached home buyers don't realize they're walking into a money pit. And I'm not talking about a home that's a fixer-upper or needs a lot of renovations. These are homes that look move-in ready. Some of the things you'll see in these homes is fresh paint, some renovations done to the kitchen, new flooring, but underneath the little lipstick they put on the home is problems that can drain your wallet. Before you fall in love with the kitchen or the backyard, let me walk you through ways you can protect yourself and not buy a house that drains your wallet. Stick around till the very end because I'm going to talk about 2 practical ways you can protect your investment. Let's dive in. Number 1, start with the neighborhood. You want to see the physical location of the home. Some things you want to pay attention to. Is this home located in a quiet, family-friendly neighborhood? Is it family and kid-friendly? Some of the things that you do want to avoid is buying a house that's on a main road, or even worse, something backing onto Highway 1. And the thing is, when you have a house that's backing onto a highway, you're going to hear the noise of cars, commercial vehicles 24/7. Or worse is buying a home near a railway track. Another thing that you want to pay attention to is how many homeless people are living in that area. If there are a lot of commercial complexes by your house, like a gas station, Starbucks, McDonald's, and the list goes on, you're going to find a lot of the homeless people hang out in those areas. And that might lead to an increase in property crime in your area. The next thing that is underlooked is rental housing. Right now, there are pockets of areas here in Abbotsford that are going under transition. And what I mean by this is there's a lot more multifamily development being built. But one of the main negatives about this is it's rental buildings. Besides that, you want to pay attention to, are there brand new homes being constructed in your neighborhood? Because if that's the case and you buy an older home, you're going to be the odd one in your neighborhood. And to take this one step further, if there are brand new homes being constructed in your neighborhood, there's going to be a lot of construction and a lot of construction noises you're going to have to put up with for the next couple of years. The second thing is check the roof immediately. One of the things that you can do when viewing detached home is looking at the roof from the eye level from the driveway. You want to make sure you don't notice any wear and tear. You want to look for things like moss, visible patches, curled or buckling shingles, tree branches hanging over the roof. When you're looking at the roof, one of the things that you can notice from a visual inspection is the age of the roof. If you notice the roof is very old or it might need replacement, just factor that into your buying cost or renovation cost down the road. The third thing that you want to pay attention to is foundation cracks. One of the things that are a red flag for foundation cracks are foundation cracks that are diagonal or hair step cracks. These are an immediate red flag. This alone can be one of the most expensive problems an owner can buy into. The next one is crappy flooring. Have you ever walked into a home where it looks like the owners installed the floors themselves? Or even worse, there's soft or patchy spots when you step into them. They feel soft or uneven. The main reasons for this could be that the owners didn't get the floors installed by professionals or they installed it themselves, or it could be because of potential water damage. Number 5, sloppy remodels. When you walk into a detached home that's renovated, you can tell the difference between a home that has been professionally renovated versus a home that has crappy renovations done by the homeowner. And here's the reason why you want to pay attention to this. A home that had a professional contractor come in and do the renovations, you know those things are done properly. But when people are doing renovations themselves for things that they have no experience or knowledge, that's where you can run into issues. Things to look for are uneven tile work, poor flooring, paint, or things like poor installment of the kitchen cabinet. Open up the cabinet doors where the sink is and look underneath and tell me what you see next time you're looking at a home. Number 6, if an owner has changed the structure of the home, you want to make sure they did these things with a permit. Some of the things owners will make changes to where they're not getting a permit for are installing a suite, adding a room, taking out walls, or making upgrades to things like the electrical panel. This is where a lot of homeowners run into trouble. Suppose you bought a detached home and you start adding a suite in. Maybe you have a noisy neighbor or someone that has nothing better to do. One of the worst things that can happen to you as a homeowner is buying a home where you start installing a suite in and your neighbor calls the city. And what happens here is you're gonna get a letter, you're going to get a knock on your front door from the bylaw office. And now you've inherited a big problem. Not only that, these crappy structural changes creates safety issues, causes complications for the future resale value of your home, and more importantly, it leads to expensive repairs that you might not have budgeted or thought about. So if you are looking about buying a home where there is a suite in it, get your realtor and yourself to go to City Hall to confirm that that is a legal suite. Number 7, check the front and backyard. If a front and backyard are maintained poorly, that could be a sign of what you're going to find inside of the home. Some of the things that you want to pay attention to with the exterior of the home is poor stucco or siding, cracks in the driveway, or balcony stairs that might need repairs or a total replacement. Number 8, window conditions. If you're buying a home that's 25 to 30 years old, pay attention to the windows. If a home has the original windows, you have to factor in replacement costs for the entire windows of the home. Some of the things that you can check for are rotting window frames, difficulty opening and closing, condensation, fogging, drafts, or air leaks. Number 9, check the electrical panel. If you see a home that has had significant renovations, one of the main things that you want to pay attention to is the electrical panel. You want to see the age, any upgrades that were done to the electrical panel to add a basement suite for a stove, to add a charger, air conditioner. The reason why this can become an issue or a safety risk is, suppose an owner bought a home where they've done some upgrades to the electrical panel where the electrical panel doesn't have enough amps for the things that they added, or they weren't done with permits. These are potential safety issues that you can inherit. Upgrading the electrical panel and getting permits from the city can cost you thousands of dollars. Number 10, check for water leaks or the piping. If you're looking at an older home that's anywhere between 20 to 30 years old, there's a very good chance this home might have poly B piping. Look super closely for water leaks. One of the things that you'll find are stains on the ceilings, patches on the wall, warped flooring near the kitchen and toilets. Now you're probably asking yourself, shoot, this sounds super scary. All of these homes could have potential issues. And the truth is, folks, any home that you buy will never be perfect. But one of the best ways that you can mitigate these risks is through what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, where I'm going to share 2 practical tips that will help protect your investment. So are you ready? The first one is get a home inspection done. Spend the $500 or $600 for the home inspection because it's going to give you a peace of mind. And here's the reason why. When you get a home inspection done, the home inspector will pay special attention to the exterior of the home, the roof, the windows, the electrical panel, appliances, and they can do an infrared scan of the home to find any hidden water leaks or moistures. This alone will save you thousands of dollars, but there is a difference between using a quality home inspector versus using a crappy home inspector. That's why when you work with my team and I, we surround ourselves with a team that we can refer you to, and these are people that have helped a lot of our clients in the past. The second thing is talk to the neighbors that live in that area. One of the things that you can do is visit the local parks or see if there's any neighbors around when you're looking at that home. These neighbors will tell you all the great reasons why you want to move into the neighborhood or potential reasons for why the homeowner is selling or any issues they know about the homes in that area. An extra bonus tip for you is if you really want to know how a neighborhood is, drive around that area at nighttime. You'll notice if there's any issues with parking, homelessness in the area, and how the neighborhood looks like at nighttime. When you're buying your first detached home, you're doing a big down payment that you have worked hard for. Not only that, you're buying a home for your family where you're laying the roots for the next 20, 30 years. And that's why if you can understand these warning signs, you can be ahead of those folks that are not. There is no such thing as the perfect home, but you want to find a home that feels right for you and your loved ones. Your goal shouldn't be perfection, but it should be protection. Another way that you can protect yourself is through knowing what's happening in your East Abbotsford detached market. That's why you need to click on the next video because I give you a complete breakdown of the East Abbotsford detached market and some of the things that are happening here right now. Drop a comment below if you've ever walked into a money pit yourself or know someone that bought a home that costed them thousands of dollars. If you found today's content valuable, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe button so we can keep spreading the good work we're doing here. I'm Dhindsa, and we'll see you next week.